And the Bobcats will kick it away to start us off. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The offense set for a first down play. On the ground, it's Cross. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Wide out in motion. To throw, it's Rayner. Feeling some heat. Quarterback now breaking the field. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and your first job is to affect the quarterback and try to get him off his spot. They get him off his spot, he gets outside the pocket, and a nice job chasing, not quitting, getting to the quarterback, and still getting a good lick as he's throwing the football.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. To the ground with the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is. The misfire on the 49-yard field goal attempt sets him up with pretty good field position at the 32. They're going to throw it to start the drive. He's going to take a shot right away. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Texas State. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the extra point is good.
Texas State 7, Arkansas State 0.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
State Farm with the assist.
Seconds remain here in game 4. Oklahoma City Thunder a chance to take a commanding 3-1 lead in this Western Conference final. They just got to inbound the ball and perhaps hit some free throws.
You say just have to inbound the ball, but we have seen in the course of this playoff, simple inbounds have been problematic. If you're Minnesota, your length has bothered them some defensively, so I wonder if you give yourself a second, maybe, and try to go for a steal.
We'll take over first and 10.
He's kicked. Caruso looking. That timeout. On the wing until they got close to that 5-second count. Great ball from Minnesota.
Arkansas State has it ready to go to work on offense. You
Well,
want to
it's
talk about
completely
taking the
downsized
wind
because
out
you
of
want
your
speed on the
sails,
floor.
drive the ball down the field and
McDaniels
miss the
helping
field
out,
goal, David.
great
You know
deny,
what? Don't leave it up to kickers.
it's beautiful.
Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Now 2nd and 10. Back to throw, it's Rayner. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be
Ahead on
caught, but how
ESPN will
about
be
the
in Oklahoma
defender
City for Game 5 of this
dislodging the
Western
football
Conference
from its
Finals.
intended
Coverage
target.
starts
Nice
NBA
job.
countdown 7:30 Eastern. Tip off shortly after 8:30. Will the Thunder have that 3-1 lead over the Wolves? Pull off a miracle to close this out.
We make up the game plan and not
And
a
even
lot
a
on the
series
play
of 2
sheet
games
for this.
apiece.
3rd and
Silva
long
inbound
from inside
again.
their own
Short.
20. Moving the running back,
Lucas
forcing the
Alexander.
defense to adjust. Looking down the middle. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that
Foul
play.
by Shaq.
And the Red Wolves will send out the punt unit.
Chance to
First
get
time
the
we've seen their
4-point
punt
lead.
team this
8:8
afternoon.
remaining.
That's a lot of faith to give the rookie.
He was
SGA.
working his way on the return
Trust in his
toward the
defensive
field. They'll
pressure.
stop him at the
One foul by
46.
Gets one time. Minnesota's got one more timeout left.
Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
Founding
Hey, you already
substitution
started,
from
man. Making
Minnesota.
that big
Should he
play,
miss?
open up this offense.
Decision for Chris Finch. Play and flow before they
set
set their defense without a timeout or use it.
I call it timeout.
2nd down coming up.
Minnesota's still alive.
Keeping it on the ground with the running back. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
Boy, how about this offense? You think of this offense, you think of throwing the football and top 10 passing in all of college football. But the defense knew something, right? Like you could tell they were going to come out and run the football. They brought out the goal line, brought in some big boys,
Your
and
personal
really was ready for
messages.
the run on that play.
They use.
On 3rd and
We
long,
can't
he'll
beat
need to
them.
loosen up that arm. He's got an open man.
Give.
The expressway is wide open.
We can't.
They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big
And
play in
all-
the passing game.
Well, after that last play, you can
On
see how
WhatsApp.
electrifying
No
this
one
guy
can
is and
see
how
or hear
special
your
he is
personal
after he
messages.
makes the catch. If I'm on
Not
offense,
even-
I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this
You
game.
see both teams out of timeouts, and remember, when you're out of timeouts, you
huge
can't
explosive
challenge
play.
anything if
Put
there's a
him right on the
controversial
doorstep,
play.
and now
There's
they've
still
gotta punch it
8.4
in.
remaining. Minnesota
Motion
will
from the
advance the ball to
offense.
the front foot. What do you expect from
This
them?
is a design
This is the
run.
thing. With that foul, it becomes a little
strong
dicey.
tackle and wrap
If they
up
can
from
just
the
catch
junior.
and go up in their shooting
You know, I
motion,
really
we
like
can
this
get a
QB
little
running the
nervous.
football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the
If
world.
they
So he's
get
not
an
going to be able to
opportunity on
break
the
a lot of
catch, foul,
tackles.
don't
You
even
really
give that
got to do a
opportunity
good
for
job
a
of
three.
trying to
Teams
scheme
practice.
ways to get him out
Try
in
and
more
commit the
space.
right way to make sure it's not in the shooting
Now the
motion.
offense tries to punch
Mark
it in on
Pinto has
second and goal.
done this before where he has fouled in this situation. Again, the Denver series, it hit him a little bit.
And he'll
No
step
fouls
into
to
the end
give.
zone. Touchdown, Texas State.
The one foul to give no timeouts for Minnesota. Here's the quick foul. Well, that was so quick. About a half second came off the clock, so now they'll do it again. Remember, Minnesota does not have any timeouts left.
They'll try to add another to
And
their
then you've
lead.
got to get your bigs back on the floor. Right now, it's all smalls because of the speed.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Almost ready to kick it away after
Boy, they
scoring the
didn't waste any
touchdown.
time. Reed's going to go to the free throw line. The problem for Minnesota, timeout. So is it too early
Ball
to make
skirts
one
through the
and
end
then
zone.
try and
That'll be
miss
a
and get
touchback. They'll bring it out to
It's
the
too early because with
25.
7 seconds, you have plenty of time to get the ball up the floor and get a good shot. But like I said, it gets a little dicey on those catch and shoots. When you're trying to foul, they fouled immediately. And I like that from OKC.
Ward fouls out.
Arkansas
from the
State
line
ready
tonight.
to go back to work on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Defensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Foul with 6.1 remaining.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10.
It's still a 3-point game. Now, Minnesota does not have any timeouts left,
to
but
throw.
can certainly go the length of the floor.
Cousin against cousin, and he gets himself
Incomplete.
open
He threw that
again.
one up for
And then
grabs
just
and
it's
into
about
traffic,
protecting
fortunate
that
to get it
basketball.
Great
Holmes
coverage,
had 4
great
big free
break of the ball,
throws.
had a chance to really make a
Stretch
big
here,
play and maybe even take that thing back to the house.
Just missed his
Got to
last
secure
one.
the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Like if he hits both of these,
After the misfire, it's second
before
down.
he gets past half court, before it gets dicey because you can shoot it. Before
He'll take it himself.
2.5 seconds off, give a foul, give him 2 free throws, and just
And
keep
they're able to
burning the
shove
clock.
him to the turf as they stop him
Never
for a
scored in
short
the playoff
gain.
game, 39.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off.
Vincenzo
Throws to the tight
gets
end.
to the Edwards.
He makes the catch.
Hard work pays off, guys. These offenses work so hard week in, week out, working on those critical down distances.
Now you have to
Third
think he's gonna
downs.
miss
Having
the
that conversion this early in the game,
The
that's got to
speed
feel
and to
good
get
for
that on the downward dribble,
The
just
Red
perfect
Bulls will
defensive
snap it on
execution.
1st and 10.
Again, it's the foul before half court. That gives you an opportunity. OKC
Wide
wants a little
receiver
bit
shows
of time
motion.
to burn off that clock
Receivers
before the
telling
foul.
the
But
quarterback
after half
what
court,
they see.
it gets dicey, especially with the
From the
range of
red
these
zone,
players.
looking for a receiver. And he can't quite
From
make
the
the
line,
connection
4
as he
of
was
5,
trying
just
to pay
15
off this
points
red
tonight.
zone opportunity.
And that's one he probably
Now
wants
you
back.
go
Again,
Bear
sometimes
coming
you
in.
underestimate.
Einstein will be right next to him. It's not easy to miss a free throw intentionally sometimes. You have to make sure you hit the rim. Everybody along the lane can go in on the release. Edwards has to wait until it hits something. Jalen Williams, who hasn't played, comes in to help out on the boards against Randall. Edwards. Bank shot no good. Rebound Gilgeous-Alexander holds it, throws it down the court, goes out of bounds with 1/10 of a second remaining. Right now, the officials are going to get together and talk about it.
How
This is
fast
what's
he
into the
gets out
second
there.
on the
You can
clock.
tell just threw that a little bit too far. His receiver didn't have the jets to go catch up with that one.
It really has no impact
see what
because
they've
there's
got on
0.1
second
seconds
down.
left to go. You can't get off a shot with 0.1.
Well,
Looking
if
for a man.
Minnesota
It's
inbounds, you
McClain.
throw it at the rim, and a tip can do it, but that's the only thing. Can't
He
catch and
just
shoot.
treated that thing like
Yeah,
a
they're-
hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding.
Literally try and
The
make it
officials
as somebody
offer
touches
deal,
the ball.
and the coach accepts
He
that they
looks
will
like-
take the penalty.
Oh, see, there's more time on
Yes.
the clock there. And is he breaking the plane of that sideline right there?
That's what Hartenstein was complaining about to the referees.
Here on third down for this offense.
Zach Sarver
Linebackers moving, trying to
lines it up.
confuse the
They have not
quarterback.
putting any time back on the clock. It
Wide
just says
receiver
1/10 of
coming
a second
across in
remaining.
motion. On third and long,
Because
hoping
I
to throw
think they're
beyond
trying
the
to say that that's what the play.
And the
Yes, I think they're going to
incomplete
discuss
pass will
it.
bring up fourth down.
Nice job by the
Zach
defense. They're
Sarver,
mixing
Kennedy,
up their
James
look there.
Williams,
Third and
veteran
long in
officials.
field goal range. They go zone
64,
coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the
that'd
quarterback.
be
And they're able
official.
to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
So Sarver's going to go over to the scores table. I think they're going to put time back on the clock. OKC putting Holmgren on the smart move for 7-footer. Now they put 3/10 of a second. So this you can catch and shoot.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Arkansas State.
It's over. Oklahoma City.
Man, they can barely see the first down marker from there, but they'll go for it on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Wolves.
How do you not love the guts of this offense? Fourth down, it's just another down, and what do? Stay aggressive, throw the football down the field, make the big play, get the big touchdown.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Anderson. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Texas State gets the football back, and here comes the offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. The back goes in motion. Looking downfield, it's McLeod. Going over the top. Picked off. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
Man, that is how you get it done as a defense when you're playing cover one. Like, you got the middle of the field safety, but everybody else is manning up. Nice job running with this guy, seeing the football, breaking on it, making the interception, making the big play for this defense.
Here's the handoff. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. On the move, it's Cross. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the second quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. Texas State, 14. Arkansas State.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Arkansas State.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Movement here from the tight end. Looking for room at the 30. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And how about that on third down? You give it to your playmaker in the backfield, and he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
And he's a guy that you should be focusing on with this offense. He's definitely a game breaker. He's a guy that they starred, going into this matchup that they had to stop. Third down, money down. You figured they might probably get him the football. They do, and they get the first down.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
From the gun, running back gets the give. Staying physical in the red zone as he's pulled down after picking up 3 balls at the 14. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Looks as if he's going to run it. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
Well, the defense got the stop there on 3rd and 1. Let's see if they can do it again here on 4th and inches, David.
I just got to find a way to fall forward, be physical. We work on this all week. You know you're going for it on 4th down.
4th down and less than a yard, and of course the offense is going to stay on the field. They'll try it on the ground. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. They'll ride the hot hand. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. So you get stuffed on 1st down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on 2nd, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw on you.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's McLeod. Working that left side now. Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. The Bobcats headed quickly to the line.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket. Nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
Oh, man, this could have disaster written all over it. Going for it inside their own 40. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Fires to the middle. Makes a grab enough for the 1st. Well, they just drained all of the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. So they gamble on 4th down in the first half, and man, does it pay off.
4th and long. I mean, what just 4th and short? Nowadays, man, so much aggression in college football. And how about right there? 4th down and long. No problem. I got this in the first half.
And the Bobcats will have it 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Steps away to find some room. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
They'll try to get on the same page this time. 2nd and 10 from the 31. They want to just keep throwing it. Quickly complete. Finds a crease at the 20. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And in this offense, you know, as a quarterback, you're going to get opportunities to put up some pretty big numbers. You've been impressed watching this guy play early this year. With that last pass completion, he's now already over 2,000 yards on the season.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bobcats. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He'll be out of bounds at the 23 after gambling and bringing it out of the end zone. Guys, we'll see if this Red Wolves offense can get moving. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a 1-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's looking deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
And the Red Wolves line up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Looking for a block. It's Anderson. He's got great speed. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Texas State has the football back, and they'll go on offense. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football in.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
Got a man. It's Wilson. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in the first half.
To the air, it's McLeod. Trying to beat the D deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They were licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
Makes the grab. It's Anderson. The offense quickly called.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him into a rhythm.
Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Arkansas State.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats. And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. PAT unit on the field.
For the extra point.
And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And it was capped with an explosive 22-yard run. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Coming out with it, it's Bryant. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defensive line stands on the result of the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The option look. He'll pitch it. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half.
And that's another red one.
That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
With the score, Texas State 28, Arkansas State 7.
Go ahead and roll the dice to start this second half. They're lined up for an onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name.